Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to 3 Count with Luke. Today we're doing something slightly different. So, as you all know, I am on this app called Wrestling Amino, and I do a lot of Photoshop work on there, edits for leaks which are written wrestling shows. They're pretty cool, you should check them out. But lately I have been getting a lot of requests to do edits for leaks, and I simply don't have the time to do that. So what I'm doing is basically here giving you a tutorial how to do your own match cards for shows. Um, so let's start. We're going to make a match card for the show, Roadblock, WWE Roadblock today, with, let's say, put up Roman Reigns against the Intercontinental Champion, The Miz. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna make a new file. Does honestly not really matter what it's called or anything. You can't see the screen right now, the screen with the pixels, but what I'm going to say, I'm going to call it road block card and make the width about 1,000 and then a height of like 700. And then you'll see this. Okay, we might get the image size to 600 again. Due to me using OBS, you can't really see this, but well, 650 will do. So yeah, that's basically going to be our card. Then you can drag some guidelines from the sidebars. It'll automatically snap to the middle point, so you don't have to worry about that. And there you go. What I'm going to do now is look for a suitable background. I already found one, namely this. You can just copy it from the internet, paste it in here, and use Ctrl T to resize it. When you do this, use Shift to keep everything in proportion. So yeah, basically just do that, and maybe we can overlap a bit like this. Now this will be pretty destructive for the whole view in a bit. So what I always like to do is do a filter and then a Gaussian blur. I had this preset, so yeah. For me, it already is this. Normally, when you use a Gaussian blur, you need to put in some settings. Let's actually do that. Again, due to me using this OBS, you can't see it. You just go to filters, blur, and Gaussian blur, and then you can set the radius. So let's go for 3.5 or something. What I then like to do is paste in the logo of the pay-per-view, which you can just download from this website, psddreams.de. There's a hyphen between PSD and dreams. So let's actually see where I stored that. I think just in my downloads folder, and if I search for Roadblock, then it pops up. So I am using the old Roadblock logo because I think it looks a bit better. Well, not better, but I like it more. So there you go. You just put the logo on there. It automatically will go in a new layer, so you don't have to worry about that. And let's immediately put some effects on it. When you're here, you can press on the FX button, and then on inner glow or outer glow. And here I'm going to actually add this to the OBS bit. So yeah, as you can see now, this is there, and I'm going to teach you a bit here. So basically you have the inner glow. Let me actually make it a bit bigger so it's easier to see. See the inner glow. We have to still see the thingy though, so oh god, I hope it's visible well enough now. So as I said twice before now, the inner glow basically makes a glow on the inside of the thing, as you can see here. So what I am going to do is blend mode normal, because with screen it only shows the lighter colors, and then make it black. Now this is not looking really good, so Let's just do it like this and change the opacity, tone that a whole bit down, and basically put an outer glow on it as well. So now it already looks a lot better. Now if you zoom in, it's a bit more nice to look at. Now it's a bit, a bit pixelated, more than it is when you actually give it one zoom. So that's nice. So let's put in the wrestlers. Again, you can just download the pictures of the wrestlers on psddreams.com. And I have this one from DeviantArt actually, because it's a photo mock-up with, basically a newer Miss upper half with this old body, basically. So let's just put this here and then drag it under the roadblock logo. Basically, before we do anything with that, let's just get a Roman as well. So yeah, this is just the most recent Roman Reigns render on www.com. If at any time you make a mistake, press with the resizing, just press escape or Control Z if you want to you referred it to the last position you had. So let's put it like this. Nothing too fancy looking yet. So as you can see, this space here, I don't know if my cursor is even showing on OBS, I think it is, but this space here is not looking very nice. The space under the roadblock sign. So what I do, here's some brushes which I have installed. You can just download brushes off the internet. You get an ABR file, and when you press this gear here, there will be an option load brushes, which I will do. I have here some cloud brushes actually, and you just make a new layer, which can be done by Shift Control N or just pressing where I just did. And as you can see, this already adds a bit more of an aesthetic to the edit. So you can do all the clouds in different layers. This way you can adjust them best. So let's actually make this a bit larger. Oh, that's a bit too large. There are some preset sizes when you go through the sizes here. This is good. Maybe tone down the opacity. There we go. Tone down the opacity just a bit, and then you might want to add an inner glow and outer glow like we just did before. As you can see, there it is again. The inner glow, just black, and then on normal. Doesn't really look too well on this one, so let's not. Maybe the outer glow though. I can also use different colors for the glows if you want to. Another nifty trick. Oh, let's see what this adds. Doesn't really look good in my opinion, so let's leave it at this. What you can do is make another layer, put it under the clouds, and just go over it with like a black pretty soft brush like this one, and then make it a bit smaller. As you can see, really does wonders in this case. And then you might want to tone down the opacity on that one a bit, not too much. Okay, so now we're going to do something to the renders, which is adding an inner and outer glow again. So inner glow, normal, and just black. If this tutorial is going too fast for you, please let me know anywhere, because it is important for me that you guys can keep up. Then again, this tutorial isn't for very new Photoshop users. You need to have some experience in order to even do this, because believe me when I say it took me some time as well to get to where I am now, editing wise. So you can do right click, and there will be copy layer and then paste layer on the second one. So as you can see, the space between the heads is a bit empty. You might want to add a Intercontinental Championship to that. I don't have it, so I'm going to quickly download it from PSD Dreams, which is an amazing site. Yeah, sure. So let's see what we can do with this. I have it here, and it doesn't look good this way. So let's put it under the mist. That's the first thing. Then maybe tone down the opacity quite a bit. Paste the layer style and then tone the opacity down, as you know. If you paste the layer style, the opacity is part of the layer style. So just erase these sides, as we don't really need those. Maybe if I didn't delete it too much, get it a bit to the middle. Yeah, and maybe get that miss render a bit to the middle as well. So this is already looking pretty good. What I'm going to do now, you can just search Google for a vignette PNG. I use it on basically everything, even my videos. And you just put it over there, get the markings to line up. And press enter, then put it on top of everything. As you can see, it just adds a bit, of a nice aesthetic to it. And yeah, let's add some text real quick to make sure people know who are fighting. So go to the text, and I have a lot of fonts. Let's for this one go with the font Road Rage. Type in Roman. Oh yeah, as you can see, I don't know if you can see this screen. No, you can't. Yeah. So I've changed. I'm just going to add it as well. There we go. You have this little screen. And on this screen there's a lot of info on your font. So basically, this one is oh god, it doesn't even show me selecting it, I think. Well, in the this one with the V and the A, and that's how much the spacing is between the the individual letters. Sorry for that. So if I type Roman Reigns, select all of it, and do a bit of this. 0 is the usual, then it's just what it should be. So in this case, I don't really like the font, so let's go with this font I have, Nexa Bold, which is a very clean font. And basically, if I just put it like this, make another layer under it, saying Reigns, quickly check what the font of this one is. That was 57, so you can just type that here. Anything I do with transforming in size, by the way, is done by the Ctrl T transform tool, which I should probably have mentioned earlier. I think I mentioned it a bit, but maybe not enough. So if we just put this under Roman Reigns, which I have now, yeah, and then basically if we change it to white, it will be very easy to read. And then we can do the same for the Miz. Yeah, the Miz kind of fits on one line there. and it will kind of snap with the other layer. It should. And then we have this. You can clear the guides by going to view and press clear guides. And then we have this. You can add like some more things. For example, I happen to have the raw font installed, so just put raw on there, put it above this, place here in the corner, maybe change color to red, you know, all the small stuff. Place layer style and get the inner glow, you know, just a bit less of a size, change the opacity a bit, and all that kind of stuff. You can do whatever you want, but this is basically how in Photoshop you can create a match card for your show. So I thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.